Hey y'all. So there are approximately 1 million abortions every year. I don't know if that is actually the real number, but that's just something I heard in a sermon once. What if there are actually 1 million abortions every year just in America alone? That's mind-blowing. Why is that? I want to get to the bottom of this issue. Okay, it's partly that women are scared of children. And I understand. The first time I heard my first baby cry, my oldest daughter, I was scared. I was like, oh my, she's a tiger. She's a fighter. It was like a siren. But that's why babies cry, because they're like, give me something. Give me a bottle. Give me a diaper. Burp me. So now I've had 3. I had 2 girls, and now I have 1 boy. I gave my 2 girls to my ex-husband, honestly, to keep him from being suicidal. I was really worried about him, and I was really scared that he was going to commit suicide, so I let him have our 2 daughters so he wouldn't commit suicide. And yeah, maybe I also had the sense that he loves them more than I did, which, you always have like the daddy's girl, and then now I got the mama's boy dynamic where I'm pretty sure I love my son more than my ex does, and I'm pretty sure my son loves me more than he loves him, so I don't know. But that doesn't mean that it always has to go that way, but I do think it does tend to go that way a lot. That maybe women leave their daughters with the dad, or a man leaves his son with his ex. Which that is kind of sad. And maybe that's something that people are scared of, and that's one reason maybe why women have abortions. They're like, well, what gender is it going to be? And then what will the family dynamics be? And what if I love my kid more than my mate? Or what if my mate loves the kid more than me? But you just got to stop saying the what ifs, You got to stop saying the what ifs. There's a great song about that by Kane Brown. It's called What If. It's really good. But you can say what ifs all day until you're blue in the face, until you make yourself go crazy. But at some point, you just have to jump off the high dive and just be like, you know what? I don't really know what I'm doing. Nobody knows 100% what they're doing in regards to parenting. But you just do it, You just got to do it. And don't be afraid. And that was the issue towards the end with my ex, was that for whatever reason, it's like he started being afraid of his son, and I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, I can't really work with that, If you're going to be scared of him, then don't be around him. Don't live here. And I didn't understand it, and I probably never will understand it. I mean, kind of. Probably every parent off and on gets scared of their kid. But you can't let that fear stop you. You can't let that fear make you quit. You can't let that fear make you a bad parent. You can't let that fear make you want to neglect the kid, which I think that a lot of parents do. They're like, I'm scared of that kid, so I'm just gonna, and I know a lot of parents do this. They just like, stick them in their freaking crib 24/7. And barely interact with them, and that's wrong. And then other parents maybe get abusive because, they're trying to interact with their kid more, but then their kid is like making messes, falling down, getting hurt, and everybody gets frustrated. All I gotta say is make sure that you're not like hungry as a mom and a dad. Make sure that you're well fed. Make sure that you get plenty of sleep. Make sure that you drink plenty of water. You can't take care of somebody else until you first take really good care of yourself. You got to take really good care of yourself. So, yeah, if you have trouble sleeping, I don't know. You just got to tell yourself, I am going to sleep. From the hours of, I don't know, as long as you're getting 7 or 8 hours, from the hours of 7 hours or 8 hours straight, you will be sleeping. You have to be self-disciplined about that. You can't be like, not sleeping at night, because you have to get your sleep so you can take care of that kid. And then if you're hungry, you have to eat, or else you're going to get grumpy and irritable. If you're thirsty, you have to drink. If you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. Don't hold it. You're just going to get grumpy. These are things that I guess like a lot of women think about and like obsess about and worry about. I know I was really worried when I was pregnant about the delivery. Like the first pregnancy, I was like, oh, it's just one day, I'll be fine. Second pregnancy, I didn't really think about it too much because my first labor was relatively easy because I had pain med in my IV. So, but then this time around, I was had some anxiety about it because my second delivery was all natural. It was extremely painful. So this third pregnancy, I definitely had some anxiety, and I was like, oh, I'm dreading that day when I have to go into labor. So what ended up happening was I had a C-section early, so my son came out a month early, and he was quite small. I think he was only 5 pounds, but he's fine. It didn't affect him at all, you know. He's perfectly healthy, perfectly strong, he's a good weight now, and, you know, and I think he's smart. Anyways, but yeah, well, that's another thing. That's another thing that a lot of moms worry about. Will my kid be smart? Will they be attractive? Will they get picked on in school? Yeah, and I think like the worse that your life was, the more that you think that your kid's life is going to be bad. You know, like if you were picked on in school, then you're like, he's probably going to get picked on in school. But then, yeah, you're attracting that negative energy. Don't attract that negative energy. Think positive. Have faith. Biblically, Jesus says, according to your faith, it will be done to you. So if you have faith that your kids are going to be popular, if you have faith that they're going to be popular, smart, healthy, good in sports, then it's going to happen. Like right after my son was born, I was rocking him in his chair, and I was like, when you're in school, you're going to be the most popular kid. All the girls are going to like you. You're going to be great at every sport that you play. You're going to be Christian. You know? That was basically me in school, and so I expect that for my son. I was good at every sport that I played. I guess all the boys liked me. I was always pretty popular. I was always smart. I was always the smartest kid in every class that I was in. Literally. But I was always kind of embarrassed about that. But, you know, so I have high hopes for my son that he'll do fine, you know? He's going to be great. He's going to be successful, you know? He's going to be well-liked. No one's going to pick on him. I don't think I ever got picked on, but maybe a little bit, because when I got glasses in 4th grade, I don't really remember, but it's possible that I felt picked on, so I got contacts in 6th grade. But, well, I had to get contacts because I wanted to play basketball, and I couldn't wear glasses and play basketball. Anyways, but for the most part, I mean, college was kind of difficult for me. I kind of felt like the black sheep in college. You know why? Because I was in a private Christian college. Everybody else, as far as I knew, their parents were still married, and I was the only one from a broken home. My parents got divorced when I was 10. So I always felt some shame over that. I always felt like the black sheep at my college. In high school, my high school is a public high school. Probably half the kids had divorced parents, you know. And that's kind of cool. That really says something about my life, you know, that I was like one of the only kids in my college that came from a broken home, you know? Yeah, like I rose above my situation, my childhood. I rose above it, you know? I didn't let that hinder me. I didn't let that hold me back. I wasn't like my parents' marriage was a failure, so now I'm going to be a failure and everything that I do is going to fail. No, I was like, oh well. Yeah, their divorce doesn't have to affect me the rest of my life, you know? Yeah, and then again, I went through a divorce with my ex-husband. But overall, I was like, I'm not going to let that make me feel like a failure the rest of my life. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to get what I want. And now I have essentially replaced everything that I lost, you know. Now I have a house again. I used to have a new house, but whatever. Now I have a kid again who's just as cute as my other 2 kids. And, well, I have a baby daddy who maybe we'll work things out eventually. He's on timeout right now. He's on timeout mainly because he's an alcoholic and he needs to say goodbye to alcohol. Because no parent should be drinking. And this is probably also why women get abortions. Because they're like, well, I like drinking, but I know parents should not be drinking. The mom definitely shouldn't, and the dad really shouldn't, because it's not safe. I mean, anybody who's drunk, they're walking around the house, they're easily going to knock over the small child. And you knock over the small child in the wrong way, you could kill him. Just with one bad run-in, just like a car accident. Humans can have car accidents. They can have human accidents. A big human could knock over a little kid and kill him. Anyway, so that's why parents really shouldn't drink. They really shouldn't do any kind of mood or mind-altering substances. Drinking, pills, whatever. Pot, obviously. Any kind of drugs. Parents shouldn't be doing any of that stuff. You know? And I think, yeah, and that's also why a lot of women get abortions, because either they don't want to give up their pills or drinking or pot or whatever, or the man who got them pregnant, either they don't have faith that he will, or he says that he'll never be clean and sober, and so the woman's like, fine, then we're not going to raise a kid together. Because both parents have to be, or both parents or whoever's around the kid, everybody has to be clean and sober, or else it's not safe, you know? It's not safe. You got to be a safe person around kids, you know? Not just for their physical health, like keeping them alive, but also for their mental health, you know? The more normal you are, the more normal your kid will be. Y'all know that's true. Y'all know that's true. My dad wasn't very normal, but thank God I wasn't really around my dad past the age of 14, and I think that was really good. Because my mom was normal, and that's why I am as normal as I am, because my mom was, you know. It's really important that whoever is around children is normal, because children are just like little copycats, you know. They're going to end up exactly like whatever adults that they're around, you know. Like, I am a combination of my mom and all my teachers. And all my teachers were freaking amazing. I had the most amazing teachers in Nebraska. Really good teachers. And then my mom was really choosy about what high school I went to. She actually shopped around. She picked a high school with the highest test scores. So I was around the smartest kids and the smartest teachers. Good job to my mom. But yeah, really, it's so important who your kids are around, you know. Just make sure they're around only normal people, and be a normal person if you're around kids. It's just so important. I mean, yeah, just for the future of America, you know. Trump wants to make America great again. Everybody needs to get normal, you know. What is normal? Everybody knows what normal is. We all know what normal is. We just have to be that, you know. Anyways, God loves y'all. God bless. Bye.